Hey up guys, how are we doing? Welcome back to the channel. You're with me, the Autistic Biker. It's been quite a while, it's been quite a while since I last got out on bike. I just thought I'd, go and grab it, take it out for a spin. So we're just literally going through a place called Cookney now. I can't help but think, and it's been like it for as long as I can remember, for forever and a day, whenever I've rode through Cookney or drove through it, I can't help but think of the word cuckold. It's not my fault, it's just the way that my brain goes. It's not a good thing, I assure you. Yeah, the amount of times I've drove and rode through Cookney, through here, it's just first four letters of it. Cookney, C-U-C-K, Charlie Uniform, Charlie Kilo, cook. Being a cook, being a cuckold, cook short for cuckold. I just can't help but think of cuckold every time. I always call it Cookney Cuckold. Alright guys, we're just riding through Cookney Cuckold at minute. Oh no, Cuckold Cookney. There we go, we've just come past, we've just like come through Cuckold Cookney. Cookney Cuckold. With R in blah blah blah, whatever. Okay, we're coming back into Cookney Cuckold, Cuckold Cookney. So probably because after my very first reading up on it, what the proper actual the definition and textbook example, the textbook example, actual definition of what a cuckold is, probably because for as long as I've known about it, you're not only talking years and years, you're talking decades. You're talking absolutely decades I've known of cuckoldry. Being a cook, being cooked, being cuckolded, being a cuckold. Probably because it's just reminded myself of being a cuckold myself so much, to do with how I've been brought up, to do with my childhood, to do with how I've been formed and shaped, to do with how I've been shaped and formed and moulded, that's it, to do with how I've been moulded as well, to do with my childhood upbringing. That is literally all that I'm going to say there on the matter. I'm not going to even elaborate on it, not even by a tad, not even by a smidgen of exactly what I mean by that, by giving it an example or things I've been through, stuff that's happened to me. But not just that, but as a result of how I have been expected all my life to deal with bad stuff that's happened to me. It's just shaped, folded and, formed and, made me, moulded me into the person I am now, unfortunately. Do you know what I mean? Never fight back, never retaliate. Be scared, have an abject fear of authority. Be scared of everyone and anything. And it's no wonder why I remind myself, unfortunately, of a cuckold in adulthood. Anyway, that is a completely taboo subject. So yeah. Yeah, I just wanted something to well, I just wanted to tell you something actually. So I've not been on my bike in absolute ages, right? So I've gone to get it out, key in, start it up, it won't start, but I knew that anyway. I forgot to put the choke on with the full whole hearted intention of putting choke on. So I was like, oh yeah, of course it won't start, that's normal. So I put choke on, I've started it up, and then it's proper, you know, getting right loud and going for it. So I'm thinking, alright, okay, that's good. So choke off. I turned choke off, that's good, yeah. So anyway, when choke's off, I've literally set off. And literally from the secure lock-up garage that it's kept in to literally, you know, to going out on road, it's literally, you're talking about 5 to 10 seconds from garage where it's kept, you know, to then on road. 5-10 seconds and then you're on road. So as soon as I'm on road with a choke off, I'm thinking, alright, well it started with choke on, obviously it's no problem. It's screaming its head off, it's gone for it. So I'm thinking, that's alright, you can get it some now. I've gone to get it some on throttle, still not speeding, of course, but you know, just give it some just to open it up a bit. Bearing in mind this was still like, yeah, you know, only on a low minimum road, miles per hour that is. So I've gone for it. Anyway, it's cut out. Engine's just gone, you know, kapoof. So it's cut out on me. So, bearing in mind, just to backtrack a bit, just to rewind, I should point out to mention, to tell you that I'd only started bike up on choke literally for not even a minute. Well, yeah, about a minute, about 60 seconds, about a minute to a minute and a half, something like that. And then I've got onto the road, so I've turned choke off, gone onto the road, and then that's it, it's gone kapoof on me, done. So the moral of the story is, the point is, that I know you guys will already know this anyway. I know, you know, that I'm not insulting your intelligence. I'm not meaning to, you know, as they say, as a good old saying goes, teaching your grandmother how to suck eggs. You know what I mean? I know that you guys will already know this anyway, but I'm still going to say it anyway, just for the point of me, just to get my point out there. You know, just for you to go, oh yeah, yeah, well said Nick, yeah, we agree, we already knew that anyway, yeah, 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 blah, 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 okay. But the moral of the story and the point is when your bike hasn't been started up in quite some time, when you put choke on, and even when you're putting, even if choke don't work and you have to put like a trickle charge on it, or put like a no-code booster on it or whatever, you know, to the battery terminal, make sure that you keep engine running and you keep it on way longer than just a minute to a minute and a half, like I do before you hit road, you know, before you choose to go on road on it, so to speak. Just make sure that you have your bike started for at least, you know, I would say at least a good 5 minutes, maybe 5 to 10 minutes, because my point is that's what it would have been. It can only be that, because my point is I'm fine now. Look, I'm on road now on it, aren't I? So there we go. So yeah, the point is just make sure that every time you're going to start your bike up, right, you know, it's in neutral, you're not on it yet, you've started engine up, you're just waiting to cut your leg over it, just make sure you keep it running for a lot more longer than what I daftly did, that I silly did, you know what I mean? Because a minute to a minute and a half is nowhere near long enough for engines to get all proper warmed up properly and everything. It's no wonder why as soon as I've gone on road it just chose to clunk out on me. Yeah, it just right weird. It just went. Luckily, what it were is I was going down a hill, so very very luckily for me, because I was already going down a hill, I was then able to very think very fast on my feet, for me to think, right, hang on a minute, thinking fast on my feet, there's no traffic around, there's no other road user on road whatsoever, I'm in a very safe position on road, there's nobody around at all, no other road user. So I thought, right, just bring the basically just bump start it basically. And we're going to fill up. So I will catch you in a minute, guys. But I'm only filling up if they've got E5. Yes, they have. Okay. Right. Catch you in a minute. Okay.